Everybody is speaking. Sammy Joe said, "Yeah, if anyone knows me, I truly never worry about anything. I have been working on mine for yeah, Sammy Joe. Sammy Joe is goals. That's what you call a Renaissance woman right there, my Renaissance. She be out there plowing, riding, four wheelers, canning everything, gardening everything. And guess what? She in a cold state. And that ain't stopping Sammy Joe from doing anything she need on her homestead. Um, Wait a minute. What's up, Nikki? It means I can feed my household and my mom. That's right, Andrea. That's right. Nikki, the question was, what does food security mean to you? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Welcome in, Nikki.
So number 2 is, do you currently grow any of your own food? We already know my Renaissance grandma do. She got her whole balcony. She got stuff inside, outside, around the corner, up the street if she can. She got
And guess
stuff.
what? And guess what's sitting in the sink now, waiting on me for when I get off here?
What's up, bougie?
Hey, Bougie Prepper.
Probably some lettuce, some greens.
No. Okay. So I was outside amending my soil.
Okay.
And I looked over the balcony and I saw the cones. And I usually use the cones in my garden because they have so much nutrition in them. And then they help drainage. If you put them in the bottom of your pots, they help the water flow better.
Okay.
And I saw the cones. I'm like, when I take this trash down, I'm going to go grab some cones. Well, I went to the trash. I grabbed 4 cones and stumbled up on an entire branch that had fell from the wind. That branch and all those needles, the branch is gone now, but the needles have been washed, have been soaking in apple cider vinegar and baking soda all evening. And now they're in there draining. And now I'm going ready to put them on that thing that I showed
Mike.
Rob.
Rob.
Yep, I'm getting ready to put them in there, and so they can dry out. And then I'm going to have me some tea. And if you do not know the benefits of pine needle tea, research it.
Okay. That's something else I got to do for my homework then. Because everybody know Tampa love her herbs.
Hey, Sylvia.
Hey, Sylvia, what's up, bougie? Nikki said food security means I won't have to worry about where my next meal is coming from. And that is a plus. That is a plus. So, we know my Renaissance grow her food. Tampa ain't growing nada. But when I do, I'm hitting the ground running.
Hey, Lisa Harris, welcome in.
Welcome in, Lisa. Welcome in. Everybody. Okay, Andrea said, yes, I picked the last of my fall carrots. I have potatoes growing, getting things out this girl. You better. You got it going on. You know, it's such a beautiful thing to see you get a basket or whatever you go out there and collect your harvest with and be like, oh, we're going to have this for dinner. We're going to have that for dinner. Like you just literally piece your meal together with what you
girl. It's just a dream right now. But G Hud will be late. Welcome in, G Hud. She will be acting out that dream very soon.
What's up, G Hud? And like
I will live vicariously through her.
Yeah. And that was a beautiful thing that she got a property that had things already growing.
Absolutely. That's a winner chicken dinner.
What you said. And I hate the fact that land that I had in Arkansas wasn't in a better place. If it was in a better place, baby, I would have been still on that land. But oh well, 10:30. It's 10:30 p.m. here. I'm in my kitchen planting tomatoes. It's still winter here. I'm just taking a break. I feel you, Sammy Joe.
Yeah.
You know, we got to do what we got to do for ourselves because guess what? Ain't nobody going to do it for you. What's up, G Hud? Everybody is speaking. What's up, sweet time?
Hey, sweet time.
Try to
I
make
don't
sure
see
I
you,
don't miss
but
anybody else's comments. Guys, thank you for hanging out with us. G Mama Grows. If anybody wants to come up, I did drop the link. We
hey,
are
G
talking
Mama.
about food security in 2026. Can we really depend on the system? And what
And
does
you
food
know,
security mean to you? What you say? She said, yes, it's the best feeling. What you say, my
I'm on the fence because I know that I say I cannot move forward with growing because I'm waiting to move. But I'm my own hindrance there because I could just move to to a house, but I
Right.
don't want to move to a house. So me holding back, trying to find that right piece of land, not too big, hopefully have something on it. Someone has been on it and has got some things already in motion.
Value.
And so I'm really holding myself back. But the Lord always says, we don't settle. I don't want to settle. You know, he promised us everything that we want, we can have. And I'm trying to hold out for what I want and not have to just settle for a house. Because, like I
Mhm.
said, I could go and move anywhere and start my garden, but that's not what I want. So,
What's with Prepper 1013? I mean, I watched Eco
hey,
Neighbor today,
Trevor.
and Eco was talking about you don't need a lot of land to have a
Absolutely.
homestead. He walked around 3/4 of an acre and showed us in that video today all the things that he had on 3/4 of an acre. And he said he has over 20 acres.
Hey, sugar.
Hey, sugar. So, like I said, I follow a lady don't even have a half an acre, and she grows 80% of her food with 50 fruit trees, goats, and chickens, and she have a
Mm.
farm stand that sits on it. She doesn't
And
even
it's
have a
neat. And it's so neat.
why. You know who I'm talking about, right? Yes,
Everything has its own little area, its own little part. It's not like some people video, all you see is junk all in the background and this everything is so it's like a little tiny cottage house. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So with
So yeah.
hers, it's just food security. She grows 80% of her food. She gets food from Azure Standard and other local farmers. They don't go to the grocery store.
That's a dream come true.
Right.
That's truly a
So
dream come true. Hey,
okay.
Jackie Cooper. Hey, that
Hey
Gilbert
Jackie.
girl. And
Hey
I
that
saw
good
one
girl.
more person come in. Who was it? Or maybe
Bayou.
not.
Welcome in, Bayou. See if y'all said
Okay.
no, we
Oh,
can only
Stay Fly. That's what I saw.
stay
Stay Stage
lefty.
Lefty. Stage
Hey,
Lefty.
Lefty.
Okay.
What's up, Lefty? No, we can't only depend on ourselves. The system is not set up to help anyone. Right. Okay. Have you guys, it says, have rising grocery prices changed how you shop? I wouldn't
Hmm.
go as far as with me with the grocery prices. It's what they putting in the food. That's what changed me on how I shop.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, I could go in the
Ain't no
store and
bread.
shop for 30 minutes and come about the store. Now it takes me 2 hours to go in the grocery store because I'm
Baby.
reading
It all
everything on the box. I'm Googling these massive words. Like I tell y'all, and y'all know
Girl.
I say this all the time. People just put letters together and call it a word. Why you got this all in bread? For the life of me, what is all this stuff that you put in bread? Bread only consists of flour, water, if you got yeast, if you
Yeast.
got some sugar in it, if you want.
Man, look, maybe a little sugar, maybe a little salt, baby. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. You got all this stuff in this bread, and half of the words I can't even. I don't even
Hey,
think the
Happy Mac.
encyclopedia know half of it. What's up, Happy
It's
Mac?
it's crazy. It really is. And I can't even say that that's an issue with me too. I don't have an issue with buying food because I really don't buy that much food. And
Okay.
because you all know I can't hardly eat anything, and what I can eat, I side eye it, and I'm like,
What you said?
you know. So I mean, you can't look at me and tell I don't really eat that much, but.
Wow. Lefty said
Shopping is
last
hard.
week one of the biggest egg farms caught fire. Wow.
And I don't eat eggs, but I just asked my sister today because she said her neighbor, her ex-husband brings her over eggs. And I'm like, do he sell them? Because I just want to try them to see if the baby will like eggs. Because, she's still at that phase where she needs soft stuff. So I'm like, I buy a carton of eggs from him a month because it ain't like she don't eat that many.
Right.
But yeah,
Prep-
I'm scared. I just don't even want to go. Don't want to
Yeah.
go to the store.
I try not to. Like I saw them going to the grocery store a week ago. I ain't made it yet. I'm like, man, I don't want to go in there because it's gonna take me over 2 hours because I'm standing there reading ingredients. One, I don't eat pork. They stick pork in anything, like
Anything.
anything, everything
Hey,
they make
babe.
has got pork in it, and I'm like, oh my god. So I stopped buying bread last year. I don't even buy bread from the store. I have 4 acres. You can do a lot with 1 acre if you set it up
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely. I'll
Everybody,
take 1
thank you.
acre.
Guys, thank you for being here. I'm like, bye you. Thank you for being here. And make sure y'all hit the thumbs up on my Renaissance Grandma page and mine as well. I appreciate you, Jackie. Everybody is speaking what value say. Yes, we shall have what we desire. And I desire.
It's a garden center that's not maybe about 20 minutes from me. And I've been seeing their name cross through, social media for probably the past couple years, maybe 3 years. Excuse me. I really don't like the neighborhood, so I have not gone there. But I'm seeing more and more and more, and it's ran by our people.
Mhm.
And so I finally just asked them. I'm like, you don't really want to be insult people, but you really want to know the truth. So they popped up the other day to my time is almost near, and I said, I just want to know, do you use pesticides on your food? She said, absolutely not. So you all will see a live or a video coming this spring or summer whenever they open. And they literally give you bags. I don't know if it's like Eckers Farms. Do you all have Eckers Farms where you all live? Where you can fill up baskets or whatever, but then you have to go in there and weigh it, and then you pay the fee. So I don't know anything about this place, but I always see where it says grab a bag and fill up. So I don't know anything about this place, but I will be videotaping to show you all. And I'm just excited to know that because see, I'm not growing tomatoes this year because it takes up too much space. But if I can go and get some tomatoes that I know were grown the right way, then I can make some sauce, and I want to make my own ketchup. Because did you all hear the thing about the ketchup?
Girl, don't even talk about the ketchup. This girl right here loves it. So and don't look at her. See, she trying to figure out what she say. Don't say nothing about no ketchup.
She probably don't want to know then. But you know what? Some people know things about food and they still eat it. I'm not talking about her because she's a little girl. But I'm talking about other people. You can tell them about something and they still march like some of these restaurants.
Right. What you said.
But yeah, I'm done with ketchup. I'm done. So I have got to get something to make my own ketchup this year. Hey, Rob, it's a garden. Welcome in.
What's up, Rob? I think I know for a fact a lot of the condiments. What's up, Dave Busby and Nana Wynn? If you watch them, welcome in. I know a lot of the condiments because the Becoming a Farm Girl Cass makes a lot of her condiments, including peanut butter. She makes mayo. She makes peanut butter ketchup. Becky makes hot sauce. I know a lot of homesteaders that make their own condiments as well as make cereal, homemade cereal. The store-bought cereal that you got to store, crackers.
I've been dying to make my own crackers.
You can make it.
I just don't have the space. I would be doing that. I don't have the space.
What? I see somebody make some Cheez-Its. And I love Cheez-Its.
Granddaughter.
Yeah.
Cousin Angela.
Hey, Carlson. What's up? Right. What they putting in the food. What you said, Sylvia. So, okay. What my Renaissance?
LGG.
Hey, LGG. If anybody wants to join us, you guys are welcome to come up. What are the top 3?
What about the ketchup?
What are the top 3 foods everyone should grow? My Renaissance, what are your top 3? But it's both for me.
Top 3, well, this year
for food security. For food security, what's your top 3?
Well, I'm gonna both together because green leafy vegetables. That's always going to be in my list. So that's everything. I'm not gonna say turnip greens, mustard greens, all collard greens. I'm bulking it all into just saying green leafy vegetables.
Okay.
That's one of my biggest. But I do need the peppers if I'm going to make my own hot sauce.
Right.
And salsas and all and things like that. So that has to be on the list as well. And I guess I'm going to say tomatoes just because I want my ketchup. There we go. They're my 3. Okay.
So my 3 would be tomatoes, potatoes, and leafy veggies. So,
hey, Miss T.
Hey, Miss T with that tea. I didn't make it over there to that west side today, but I'll probably be over there tomorrow. I just found out today all of the carrot stores sold in the stores, no matter what the bag says, is made by only 2 companies. It's all lies. They all lie. What I was talking about earlier in the food stamp line. How many of you guys in this community hear the box stores have a recall? If you heard any stores have recalls, put a 1 in the chat. Let's see how many 1s in the chat. I'm going to put me a 1 in the chat because I hear it all the time. I'm trying to get down and make sure. Bougie said, oh, she's speaking to Miss Red. 9 times out of 10, if I can't pronounce it, I won't put it in my mouth. Not intentionally. What you said, G Mama. Yes, I learned that happen. How many 1s we got so far, my Renaissance?
Girl, you know.
Mike said this is for entertainment purposes only, y'all. Do your own research.
I did see the ones, but they disappeared.
I'm going down.
Oh, they up there. I only see 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. G-Mama, oh my goodness. I couldn't believe how many products had pork in it. Yeah, I'm sitting there reading everything because they'll stick pork in anything. I had to teach my oldest 2 how to make bread because they were going through 3+ loaves a week. And Sean, I bet it's a whole lot healthier for them. I think my wife used pesticides on her food. Flies won't even land on her meatloaf. I'm gonna need you to stop and get your wife some teacher cooking lessons. My LGG is speaking.
Hey, Devorah.
Hey, Devorah. How you doing? What's up, sweet boy? Okay, so like you pick. I think that's what Miss T was trying to get, because the Tuttle Orchard, you could pick apples. Like you could go pick your own apples, and I think you have to wear. So it'll be the first time we go to Tuttle's. But I'm taking people to Tuttle's to work there. Gmail said, y'all want to try different culture produce, visit an international grocery store, lots of seeded fruits to explore. And they got one real big.
I just went there today. You know, I hang out at the international grocery store. But you know, I was looking for the smoky rice.
I know I got a tattoo. What about
having a tattoo? I forgot.
She said it's a big beef recall too.
Yeah, I saw. Is
Is
that what the Scaredy Cat Gardner was reporting on today? I didn't get to see it. I think I saw the title.
I seen her talking about it, but I fell asleep.
It's a recall. How many days out of the week? To be honest.
Yeah. So everybody.
Let me look up this catch up. I don't know if you're gonna see it because I don't know if it was in the news, but
okay.
Yeah.
So Happy Mac said tomato, basil and spaghetti, beans, greens, tomatoes, Sylvia, green beans and potatoes for me. Miss T speaking to the crew. Okay, so we all have heard of recalls, right? Now, for you gardeners, how many recalls y'all had? How many times you done went out in your yard and said, oh, it's a recall on this cucumber, I gotta throw it away. Well, the recall you got is you went out there, harvested, came in there, prepared it, and you ate that thing. Because guess what? You grew it and you harvested. I've not heard anybody in this community say they had the recall of veggie or plant or fruit or anything. Now, you might done unalive some stuff because you done overwatered it or didn't water it enough or it just didn't germinate and grow from you. That's just normal things that go on in a garden. But to say, my Renaissance say, Tampa, guess what, girl? I just had to go outside on my patio, and guess what? I had to recall this tomato that I planted. I don't be looking at my Renaissance like, you did who? Who told you to recall it? Did you rename it? So I think I would trust what's going on in my backyard quicker than what's in the big box store. Yeah. What's up with your volume? What's up with your voice? You went out again. What did you hit, my Renaissance? I'm waiting for my mother-in-law to be recalled. Oh my God. Province in 13. Well, you might as well wait because you said she went to the doctor and they said she was healthy as a horse. She's going to live for the next 20 years. Can't hear you. What you do? What you do, boo-boo? What you do? I don't hear a thing unless it's on here. What you said happened, Matt? Classic survival foods are potatoes, bean, peas, leafy veggies. There are reasons for it. Right, sweet tie. We waiting on my Renaissance, y'all, to fix her mind. Can you hear me, my Renaissance? Yep, I don't know. What's going on with your mind? Jihad says, I can't name three because I have to have onions and green peppers in most of my food. What you said, Jihad? Hey, y'all. Gotta head to bed, but hit the like and watch replay in the morning. Okay, Deborah, appreciate you, sis. That Gilbert girl said one. G Mama said, oh my goodness. Now let me go see the recalls. I mean, what you do the last time I ran the sun? Did you have to go out and come back in? So go out and come back in. You got to drop down and then hit the live and come back up. Man. Nikki, can you drop my Renaissance Grandmama link for me if you don't mind? I appreciate you. Or Mike. Or by you if you're still in here. Guys, thank you for hanging out with us. Oh, and if you have guys, don't y'all know we got how many more days? Tomorrow is the last day of March. It's about to be April the 1st. This year is truly going by so fast. But if you have a birthday in the month of March, or know anybody whose birthday in the month of March, this right here goes out to you. Happy birthday.
It's your day, king. It's your day, queen. Light that candle, let your soul gleam. Hands up high, make the world know your name. We celebrating you, no shame in the flame. Yeah, you made it. Another lap round the sun. Storms came hard, but you never did run. Held your ground with that fire in your chest. Now we toast to your life, cause you not like the rest. You the backbone, the truth, the fight. You shine like a porch light in the middle of night. From the creek to the stars, we lift you today. Put your crown on right, let the music play. Happy birthday! Stand tall, don't fold. You a story still writing in letters of gold. From the dirt to the sky, you rise each way. So we sing it loud. Happy birthday. Celebrate, elevate, live it your way. Tampa Creek, love every step of the way. You're the spark, the wave, the heat, the flame. Own it now, go on, rep your name. One shot, one cake, one flame lit. One king, one queen, too real to quit. Another year wiser, stronger, bold. You're a legend, baby, pure solid gold. It's your day, king, it's your day, queen. Let it shine bright, live that dream. From Tampa Creek with that soul and sway. Happy birthday, go on and slay.
March, babies, and Bougie, you ain't lied, baby. Recalling seeds would be diabolical, man. What would people do if they recall all the seeds that they put out in the store? Oh my God! Do you know how many seeds I got? Like, I still got 2 bags of seeds that I from 2 different places that I have not did a seed haul on yet. But I'm just so ready to plant these things. Like, I keep watching you guys and I'll be like, oh my God, I need to plant. Night, sleep well by the Deborah. Mic button on my laptop is right above the 8 tab. Okay. I'm going back to planting. I'll still be listening. Okay, Sammy Joe. Go out and come back in my Renaissance. Okay, while we still waiting on my Renaissance, is a backyard garden enough for food security? Do you think having a backyard garden enough for food security? Welcome back, darling.
Hey, girl.
You had to get on your phone.
I don't know what's wrong with this thing, but he told me don't even bother him no more. No more.
My Renaissance. Bougie said it would be diabolical if they recall seeds.
You know what? Don't think it ain't ever entered my mind.
What you said. Happy Max said, yes, it would. The sad face I wear for months if seeds were recalled. My poor suitcases of seeds. And I'm just sitting there looking at all mine. It's like, baby, y'all better stop playing with people.
Problem, I would feel safer if they recall the newer ones, because I got seeds that go way back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I asked a question before you came up. Is a backyard garden enough for food security?
Yeah, it can be because some people got huge backyards.
Right, right, right. That part. If you have enough room in that backyard, yes, it's possible, Lisa said.
I mean, look at Nikki.
Don't worry about what I ain't doing with my seed rob in the garden. Mind the business that pays your bills and leave my business alone, baby. Because when I do get blessed with that space, I'm going to hit the ground running. Y'all barely going to see me on the live. Y'all going to get videos and shorts. Y'all going to be like, what time at? We ain't got no more lives? Yeah, okay. As long as your yard is a good size, I bet. So even because like, Jack has said no, a backyard is not enough. She done hung up the phone, y'all. She done hung up again. My backyard garden is a big help. I could use half of my backyard and be secure. It will be too much for me. Okay, Sylvia said. Bougie said yes. She told you why. Mike over there instigating. Stop instigating, Mike. With my renaissance. What you do? Hit the button. Oh. So becoming a farm girl, Cassandra, she grows in garden stocks on her deck. And she grows so much food just in green stocks on her deck that she pressure can preserve, freeze dry, do all these things. And she's a scratch cooker. So it's possible to have food security from your backyard or your patio or whatever you got if you set it up right and grow the things that you're going to eat. Setting up your garden and growing stuff you know you ain't going to eat is a waste of seeds and a waste of time when you can be planting stuff in that spot that you know you're going to eat. Now, Renaissance, you pros over there? Oh. I'd like to thank you all for I have to get ready for work tomorrow. Everyone have a blessed Holy Week. Good night. Thank you, Andrea. Good night. See you in the next live. There are some. What did that say? Oh, he probably trying to say channels. My Renaissance, are you trying to come back up again?
I was trying to see if it would let me back on since I went completely out. You can't hear me?
Want me to see? Hold on. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Now, see what the son of a sea biscuit is going on.
So, Sweet Time said there are some channels that have tried to grow enough. Not realistic. You may be fine for a while, but most found they need more proteins and fast to sustain themselves. Well, Sweet Time, my Renaissance grandmama, straight plant-based. Now, what proteins my Renaissance grandmama getting if she's not getting it from meat? She's getting it from her lentils, her beans. You eat tofu? Yep. I can't eat no tofu. It don't look right.
It don't, but I mean, sometimes I think that, you know how I do a lot of fake chicken and fake fish. Sometimes that tastes better to me than my banana blossoms.
Oh.
Yeah.
She said you can get a fruit chickens and rabbits for protein. How many of you guys in here is plant-based? You could get protein from beans. Right, bougie. You can get protein from beans. People have this idea that people who are plant-based they're gonna be unalive in a couple of years because they're not getting all the proteins that they need. Well, if you a meat eater, ain't no telling what type of parasites in your body. And then some. So what makes you think you eating healthy because you eat all the meat? People with birds or rabbits and gardens could do fine, Mike says. I don't know. I want to try being plant-based for a while. What's up, Tag?
Hey,
Ooh,
Tag.
Rob got told. Tag in the bush talking about, oops, Rob got told. She coming. Man, baby. It's really interesting topic going off the people that actually tried it. Yeah, I know my Renaissance grandmama. She's a straight plant-based eater. She's straight eating leaves, mushroom. Every time I ask, I'm like, "You had some mushroom today?" You had a mushroom.
I did. I posted a video too.
Good night,
my
Jackie.
Meatless Monday.
It's a really okay. Good night, Jackie. Rob, it's about time for a little. I ain't aggressive. I'm not aggressive at all, Rob. But it hits a nerve with me when people keep telling me you got all them seeds and you ain't growing them. You ain't doing nothing with them. You're just letting them expire. Well, guess what? Take my seeds to expire. I ain't got to do nothing with them until I get milk. And when I get me a spot, then I do something with them. I like that son of a biscuit eater. I be saying that too, Miss Red. I be coming up with all kinds of words to be saying. People be like, "What you say, girl?" Sylvia, I said she eat all the meat. All right. Okay, we're talking about food security. What foods store the longest from gardening? Like if you have gardening, what food stores the longest? I do know potatoes store long term if you have the proper climate, like if you got a root cellar or something like
you have to put them in like a cool, dark area, put it in a box under cool, because they will, I've had a lot of potatoes to go bad.
Yeah, so I know potatoes, I know garlic. What else? What else stores long term? I mean, what else stores the longest after you harvest it from your garden?
I don't grow that many vegetables, so I really don't have the answer to that because, I know a lot of people do all the squashes and all of that. So I really don't know about all that. I only do basically green leafy vegetables and carrots, and I don't really do much. Mine be mostly like herbs. I do potatoes. I finally took them outside today. I took the potatoes outside and I took the ginger and turmeric out.
Okay. Sweet Time said, right. I didn't say meat. I said protein and fat. Just on what you can grow and gather is different than you. Right. You right, Sweet Time. Mike said squash.
See, didn't I tell you? I figured that was one of them.
Peanuts. Cousin Angela said winter squash.
Yep.
Mike said I've had candy rooster last a year in my basement.
That's a squash.
Okay. Potatoes, dry beans, grains. Pepper store well. Are you throwing me out? No, Jackie, I said you put GN in there, and I thought you were saying good night.
Hey, Lynette, welcome in.
What's up, Lynette, guys? Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Jackie, I ain't throwing you out, sis. I just seen you put in capital letters GN, so I thought you were just saying good night. My bad. Gourds. What the world is a gourd?
It's a gourd.
A gourd. What's a gourd?
It's some big old hunking vegetables, kind of like a squash.
Okay. Cousin said beans. Tag said she is a meatitarian. What do you want? I don't care, and get ready to go to bed. I eat meat, but not all the meats. Every time it's time to get ready to go to bed, somebody come up with all kinds of excuses to eat something. I got squash and onion and garlic and sweet potatoes from 2025 in my basement. Now, see, I would love to find me a ranch house with a basement. And I can use that basement for a canning pantry and like a root cellar. Winter squash store long term, Lynette says. Jagger said, me too. Oh, pigeon peas last a long time. Have you grown pigeon peas, my Renaissance? No sound. No sound. No sound. I don't know what's going on with my Renaissance phone tonight or her tablet. I preserve my food. I have turmeric and ginger from last season. Some onions. Yeah, some onions are store longer than some other onions. Some onions are just, everyday use onions, but you do have some that can store a long time. My Renaissance, I ain't hearing nothing you saying. Oh, I got dehydrated herbs and peppers, of course, beans. Y'all got it going on though. I you know what, they tell us not to be jealous. They tell us not to be jealous. But sometimes I just envy y'all. I be like, oh Lord, I be so glad when I can grow some stuff.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh. I got the okay. Where should I start pigeon peas, Rob? Rob? Howdy, ma'am. Kavasa. What's that? Yucca? Somebody told me I seen a yucca at the store the other day. It was big and brown. I asked the man at the store what it was. He told me, I don't know. I was like, you work over here in the produce section and you don't know what this is?
Keep bouncing off out of nowhere.
Did you take these out?
No, I've been had them all. I've been on here.
Mike, your basement probably like a deep freezer though. What you said, sweet time?
Mm-hmm.
Mike got it going on up there. He got it going on. Sylvia, if you're in the South, really all year long, but now is the best of time. Okay. So what food? Okay, we talked about that. What is the first step someone should take toward food security?
The first step.
CB said they love cassava. She has left us again.
Well, I'm gone.
No, that's when you
read the chat. Oh.
Yeah.
I think you probably the first thing I would do. I'm sure everybody gonna be different. The first thing I would do is make a list.
Okay.
Say there's different people in my house that I know eat different things. That eat different things. I would make a list of what everybody eats. So that way I know what to get in canned goods and I know what to put in the garden. So that would be the first thing I did. Figure out what everybody eats.
Okay. See, y'all said my candy rooster lasts 9 months in my pantry. See, and I have to say G Mama. Nikki said grow something. The first step is to grow something. It's a nice storage to have a basement. Yeah, Mike, I really want me a ranch house with a basement. I dehydrate a good bit this year. I made my first tinctures too. Ooh, tag.
Congratulations.
Then she say, buy some rice. Get some rice. Get you some rice. Nigga said, buy some rice, grow some, buy some rice, buy some water. Blackbird is speaking to everybody. Welcome in. Get some extra food you already eat from the supermarket. Everyone might want to keep their eyes on the weather because the sky had a lot of pink in it this evening, meaning cold weather is on the way. We're supposed to get a lot of rain all this week. It's supposed to literally rain for the next 4 or 5 days. But they say April showers bring May flowers.
Maybe I drop those pigeon peas before this big rain comes.
Oh, Mike. Rob said he eating some yucca he harvest Saturday. Tastes way much better than what's in the store.
I don't think I ever tasted yucca before.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of it until I got in this community. There's a lot of stuff I ain't never heard of until I got in this community. You guys have taught me so much. Tampa not only know that there's 2 types of tomatoes that was red and green when I was coming up. Now there are over 100 varieties of tomatoes. They're all colors, all shapes, all sizes.
Honey, don't feel bad because I don't think a lot of us knew. Because there's hundreds of brands of tomatoes that I'm sure a lot of us. I mean, how many of us knew what a brassica was? Kale has not always been around. Where does this food come from? Who makes this up?
Right.
Is it cloned and then we just fall for it? I don't know.
Right. Sylvia said she got celery dehydrating now. I'm going to that library tomorrow and I'm going to see if they got some luggage.
Oh, yeah.
First thing, look at what you already have. Second, fill your gaps. Right. First step, start where you are. That's a good point, Tag. If you got a house, an apartment, the G Mama is a great example. My Renaissance grandmama is a great example. They don't have a lot of space, but they are sure growing some stuff. Indoors and outdoors. And if you have not connected with my Renaissance grandma, please go over there and check out. You can learn something. You can learn how to make your skin shine and glow. You can learn how to smell good and look good. And trust and believe, if you don't know how to cook, her season will make you think you know how to cook. So go check out.
That is true. The only reason I'm saying that because I've had some families to say that.
Yeah. So go check her out, baby. First step is to collect water. Food is nowhere near important than water. You can't count on city water. Remember what happened in Michigan. They still battling that, ain't they?
Sort of, kind of.
Yes, buy 25 bag of rice, dry beans, noodle, vacuum seal them in proportion.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I tell people, because that's exactly what she has there. Mm-hmm. To keep you, because say that's all you have. Say that was it. Besides, if you do a garden, those are your staples and then your garden. That's why I tell people to buy different spices, different bases, different broths, So you can change the flavor. You know, if you eating rice, everybody gonna be like, you know what? I just rather die. Just I don't want no more rice. But if you add different soups to it, or adding different, making cilantro lime rice, making any kind of broth that you made homemade with all types of flavors in it. You have to have some spices. I'm telling you, just because eating bland beans and bland rice, you may just assume just go see your glory. Just keep eating that bland.
Because I can eat tuna every day. I love me some tuna. I can eat it every day, all day. Mike said I had rain daily in 2025 until August, no sun. Jackie said I fixed my first cabbage and used my Renaissance season. It was delicious. And I don't do veggies, baby. She gets, baby, that Renaissance grandmama season made her ate some veggies. Staples are always a must. Flour, sugar, salt, and dried goods. What staples do you guys automatically keep in your house? I know Blackbird said staples are always a must. Flour, sugar, salt, and dried goods. Is there any other staples that you automatically keep in your house?
I keep, it may not be a staple, but I cook a lot with it. So I would imagine which is like an arrowroot starch or one of those thickened agents, I always keep them. So that would be a staple for me outside of the regular salt, Himalayan salt, whatever salt you know, and your peppers and your season. You know, I'm always have some season.
What you said.
Yeah. And like a couple of my seasons, I don't even sell on my thing, but I do like a lemon pepper. I do a lemon garlic herb. I do a lot of things that's not on my page, so I have some flavors.
Baby, I can't wait. I can't wait. All we learn from each other is why my step one is to see what other folks around me grow. Well, already that way I can either get advice or leave it to them and trade what I do grow. That's what bartering come in at. Man, my Renaissance grandmama got this, and she don't grow this, but I grow this, and she got something I want. That's what bartering come in at.
Absolutely.
Sylvia said getting a great water filtration system will take some of the issue of water away. I was sprinkling her season on my greens yesterday. Lisa said, yes, Ms. Red said, my Renaissance, what's your online shop? My Renaissance, can you drop your link? Or Mike, can you drop my Renaissance Etsy shop?
I already did.
Oh, okay. Need flavor, baby.
You do, Mike. I'm sorry. I am a seasoned person. I can't say I can't do bland, because as a teenager growing up, you know, I'd be so desperate to try to lose weight. So I would be on that bland and lost beautiful weight. But I'm older now. I could do that bland stuff back then, but now, baby, I need some flavor.
What you say?
Flavor.
Not just no salt and pepper. Yes, spice is the key to making the food be different but the same.
Yeah.
Okay. There's my Renaissance Etsy shop right there, guys. She dropped the link in the chat. And says salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder.
Absolutely.
Garlic and onion powder. And these are things that you can make yourself. All you gotta do is dehydrate the onions, dehydrate the garlic, and powder them up. You have got no chemicals, no preservatives, no nothing in the things that you grow and do yourself. But again, I ain't got no green thumb. I unalive everything I try to grow. Well, you overthinking it. That's why you unalive and everything that you grow.
Dry milk is another good one.
Right.
I ordered some last week, which I already had some, but it's like I use that for the garden.
Jackson, baby, she can't eat no food with no season. There ain't no point to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agree.
How many of you guys have seed libraries at y'all libraries? Or are you guys a part of a community garden? If you are a part of a community garden and your city have a seed library, put a 1 in the chat. I know we have seed libraries and community gardens here. But the community gardens here, they go so fast. You have to jump on them ASAP because they go. But one thing, I'm the type of person like, okay, you got a community garden, right? You got a plot. What if somebody in the community, because I have all these what if stuff that's at that community garden that don't like you and start spraying your stuff with stuff that you don't know about it. People are wicked and evil. I just don't trust that.
And I did Google some last week.
Hey, Laura.
And they showed a picture of it. I did not like that at all. It's not like a huge space. It's like a space and all the beds are right next to each other. And I think you get a bed.
Right.
And I only wanted to grow 2 things. That would have been the only 2 things I would have grew is watermelon and tomatoes. Mm-hmm. And my watermelon probably would have been over there. I'd have come back and watermelon would have been missing and be like, hey, it was on my side of the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't trust the fact that I don't want a community garden. I mean, it's fine for those of you guys who like that. I'm one of them final destination type people. I be thinking about all the what ifs and I be like,
and you're right. Some people are so desperate for their food to grow, they're gonna spray whatever it takes to get the food. Not thinking about you worried about these things eating it up, but then you worried about when you eat. You're not worried about, but when you eat that, it's gonna eat your gut up because you messing yourself up with all this poison.
Hey, Miss Laura. I'm a heavy runner this season. I use all kinds of spices. I put peppers on everything.
I bet you do, Mike. You never tell us that.
Herbal spices, extract, instant potatoes, dry beans, rice, salt, and pepper. Rob said rice, pasta, noodles, macaroni, flour, oatmeal, brown sugar, salt, spice, beans, and lentils.
And I got every last one of them in mason jars or Mylar bags.
I tried growing saffron. It's a learning curve with this spice.
Mine froze.
The saffron. I'm going to start garlic this week. Bougie got her eyeballs in the chat. What's up, Associate Minister? How you doing, guys? Don't forget to and if you have not yet subscribed or shared the live out, please do so. We appreciate it. We are talking about food security in 2026. Can we really depend on the system? No, you cannot. I don't know if our libraries have seeds. Check it out.
I have a question. It don't have anything to do with this sort of kind of. Okay, so we complaining about the pesticides. We complaining about the recalls. So there's nobody else that's concerned about that. No high official, no judge, none of them. They okay with all of this? Because nobody's making a stink about it but us. And it's happening way too frequent for somebody to be on top of it trying to stop this. I'm confused.
Because they don't care.
But they got to eat it too. They babies.
They eat what we eat. They ain't eat what we eat. We get the hand-me-down, picked over type food. We not eating what they eat. I don't understand that. I got 4 cameras on my guard, but you right about really so ain't nobody concerned about the recalls. You not concerned about none of that?
I mean, I'm baffled. It's like it's so normal. And it happens so often when things do happen a lot, people normalize it. But what about your family? Are you okay with this? The news people who reporting it, are you okay with this? I'm confused.
And not to mention, some countries, and I think Florida did it as well, they don't allow chemtrails to be dropped down. Why are we still allowing it to be dropped down? So technically, whatever you out there in your backyard garden, you don't know what's falling on it.
You really don't.
Whatever big garden.
But it's the farmers too. It's the farmers too. Have you watched the farmers? They have hold the camera up there and show you them up in the sky, and they don't know what's falling on top of them.
Right. I grow inside if people get weird. And not to mention, if you're in the neighborhood, in your property, and there's cornfields or whatever near you, if a wind is blowing or whatever, that's blowing whatever they're spraying on their crops towards your direction. So can you honestly say that you go out to your backyard and you pick it organic? Because you don't spray nothing on it. How you know what's landing on it?
That's the one reason why. Because when I first started doing hydroponics, and I've always done the outdoor garden, I would give my hydroponics a break. I'm like, okay, now I don't have to worry about maintaining both. But I'm maintaining both because if anything happens to that out there, I still have some for greenery.
Right. I need to talk to you, my Renaissance, about growing saffron. Mine is dormant now. I don't know what to do with the bulbs.
Baby, my bulbs disappeared. I don't know what good I'm gonna do for you.
What you mean they disappeared?
They not in the dirt no more.
Wow.
At least I don't think I dug through it to see. You know what if they are? I don't know.
Mike said too much money made off of it. I just found we have several seed libraries here in Chicago. Lynette, you better go to her, girl. Be the next library bandit. Be the next one.
I found out I did find one, but I'm not going to that neighborhood for no seeds, baby. It ain't worth my life.
Rich people got own gardens. What you said, Mike? Everybody that I pick up from those big fancy houses out here in Indianapolis, they got gardens. They got chickens. Some of them even got bees, but they got gardens. And I'm like, no folks ain't crazy. No folks know what's up in the store. And they might be the ones that own the grocery store, but they ain't eating about it. They don't care. They don't eat what we eat is right. What you say?
What are they eating? I mean, because we eat everyday average food. What? They getting their food shipped in from Australia or somewhere? I don't get it.
I ain't no telling my Renaissance where they get their stuff shipped in. Baby, my county has a community garden, but only those people with that certification can use the community garden. But we can attend harvest classes if kept the food. Wow. They don't shop in the grocery store. They don't shop in them grocery stores, baby.
Where they shop? Tell me. I'm at the loop. Where do they shop?
I don't know, my Renaissance. Big Pharma makes the chemicals that make you sick, then sell you drugs to fix the sickness. And guess what, Mike? It ain't fixing the sicknesses.
But okay. Now focusing on what he just said. So the people I'm talking about that don't care, they not getting sick. I know y'all just told me they don't eat the food we eat, but I'm confused by that because I want to know what food they eat. Ain't nobody telling me what food they eat. I want to know what food they eat because I might can make some arrangements to try to get what they get.
Well, you already making arrangements. You done started going to Azure Standards. So you're getting that food.
My God.
It has a recall. I wouldn't put it past them. Pesticides are known to cause cancer. And
Absolutely.
mess with the human body to reproduce.
And we are always sitting up there talking about, ooh, why do this hurt? Ooh, why is this bothering me? It's the food, man.
It's the food.
Everybody want to call it a generational curse, baby. It's the food.
See, but yeah, then you took the words right out of my mouth. They don't fix the sickness, they just cover the symptoms. Because
and that's why they don't want us doing these herbs.
Right, and I'm about to go full-fledged into my herbs, baby. I ain't got time. My doctor will prescribe blood pressure medicine. If I say this blood pressure medicine not working, he'll give me another one. If I say something wrong with that one, he'll give me another one. Well, when I asked him, he asked me one day, he said, Tam, your blood pressure looks good. You been taking your blood pressure medicine? I said, nope. He said, what you been doing? I said, herbs. I will drink hibiscus tea. I will drink goldenrod. I will drink dandelion root. It just depends on what I feel like that day. I'll drink it. And sometimes I don't drink nothing. And I was waiting on him to say, you know, it's dangerous to stop your medicine without consulting your doctor. That's where a lot of people say, don't stop your meds until you consult your doctor.
And that's true, because this is for entertainment purposes only. You are not supposed to stop your meds to do herbs.
Right.
Now, if you got a doctor that's working with you, he can monitor you, cut back a little bit and let you ease the herbs in just to see if your numbers are still great. So we're not trying to tell anybody to stop taking their medication.
And you better not tell that lie. I said Tampa, don't take her blood pressure medicine. So after I told him what I was doing, he said, because I was waiting on him to say that part, you're not supposed to stop your medicine until you consulted me and we can find a better solution. My doctor told me, continue doing what you're doing. If you need me, I'm here. You got some doctors that are not just pill pushers.
Yeah.
Some doctors are into holistic medicine, but they have to put on that facade because a lot of people go against doctors that's supposed to be practicing traditional medicine that's into the herbs. So, like my Renaissance grandmama said, this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't be one out there stopping your meds thinking you're going to go out here and drink a whole flock of herbs. Because guess what? Herbs can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And drinking a lot of something, you're not supposed to drink a lot of certain things. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what makes me feel good is because we always tell people, check with your doctor. But what makes me feel good is when somebody come back to me and say, well, I went to my doctor and I told them this is what I'm taking, is something from me. And they say, their doctor say, oh, okay, fine. You know, if it don't work or if you have some problems, then call me. And I'm like, now that's the kind of doctor we all need.
Right.
At least meet me halfway. Don't just keep on to make me seem like I'm some stupid person that I want to just stop medicine and do something different. Meet me halfway.
We talking about food security. We talk about food security. For those of you all that's on medicine and something happened and you can't get your medicine, where's the security in that? What's your alternative if you can't get your life-threatening medicine? What you doing next? So not only is food security a must, your life medicines that you need to survive with is a must. Some people have to be on oxygen for life. Some people have to take certain pills for life. What you gonna do if you can't get that?
You know what? I've tried to ask my doctor that. She irritates me so bad. I be asking her, what if in the event that I cannot get this, well, we'll just give you something different. Ma'am, I'm saying, but what if you see what's going on in the world? What if no medication is coming in here?
Right.
What's the alternative? Oh, well, we're going to always find you something. I was like, I give up. I give up.
Mhm.
I give up. Because what you're not going to do is let herbs come out of your mouth. I get you. I ain't mad at you, girl.
Right. They ain't gonna mess with you at the library. Nope, they not. I mean, people, I don't know if people just want to believe the fairy tale that this world is going to get better. I don't know if they got that in their head, unicorns running around dancing and marshmallows just dancing and prancing in their head that this world is going to get better. And people going to come save you. They not. It's not. You have to be an advocate for you and your family. I called, my Renaissance can even be a witness. How long was I waiting on that eye drop that I needed for my eyes? Desperately needed this eye drop. It was out of stock. They kept ordering it. They never sent it. Every time I went to them to get this eye drop, I finally gave up after 3 weeks of what needed my eye drop. They was going to switch it to something else, and then the insurance wasn't going to pay for it. So, what if that was just an eye drop that I had to have to see with, and I couldn't get it? But it was an eye drop pertaining to my allergies. Guys, we have got to wake up. We have got to do better than what we're doing. You know, a lot of us are doing things that some of us wish we can do right now. And those of us that can't do it, find ways. Like, I'm so happy my daughter said I can use her patio right now. So now I got to find me 2 green stocks to put out there. But grow something. You know, grow what you eat. Don't be growing all this stuff. You know you're not going to eat no squash. You know you don't like squash, but you're going to grow a ton of it. Why? When it comes to food security, what it really means, access to food, stability of supply, affordability, and self-reliance. Why people are talking about it more? Because of the rise in food costs, the supply chain problems. How many people done listen to the news and they always got ships stuck at docks, shipping containers of food stuck. Can't nobody get hold to this stuff. You don't know how long that food sat in that shipping container before it reached that store. Who done touched it? What's on it? What's in it? Natural disasters and loss of farming knowledge. A lot of people don't read no more. They want to be read too. You read to me, I'm going to sleep. My so you know how they be playing the ebooks, the little ebooks that be reading. Nah, I can't hear you. What the heck? The happened to your phone? She'll be back with us in a minute, y'all. Mike said huge. Cousin said Pokey and Ray Ray don't like the library. Go get your seeds. What you said, cuz? I'm going, girl. I'm going. I can hear you now, my Renaissance.
How you hear me and I ain't said nothing yet? You hear the fan in the background?
Yep.
You know what? That's why, you know, YouTube and Facebook keep popping up. Okay. When I drop them out because I can't see the comments. So every time I remove one of them, that's what's kicking me out.
Well, start removing them then.
I am not, but see, I was trying to figure out if that's what it was. So I said, well, if it does it this time, I'm gonna know that's what's doing it, and it did. That's why I asked, can you hear me? And you said no. That's when I knew. So I won't be able to just read the comments.
Mike said they got organic farms. They had a recall too. Andrew Standard had a recall.
Who said that?
I'm asking Jackie. Did they have a recall?
I've never seen one, not to my knowledge. I mean, you could Google it, I guess.
They can't afford to pay for healthy food and pay someone to grow it. Right, Tag. They got to be shopping somewhere, getting their food from somewhere. So where do they shop? At the farmers or the farmers?
See, everybody want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I see them in the store with me. I see the doctors and the lawyers and the police and the firemen. I mean, help me, please.
My wife's cooking is so bad that the flies got together and fixed a hole in the kitchen wonder spring. Look, Pepper 1013, you gotta get
you need to stop. If you ain't this her mama, you jumping on. You just need to leave them
what you said, Sam and Joe is saying, I'm with you. What are these people eating, baby? Mike said, this is not medical advice. Do your own research of YouTube of people. I heard rich people dying on poor people's misery and drink their tears. Sounds about right. Mm-hmm. You know what this guy in my car had one day said? Hey, peace in my garden. Welcome in, guys. Don't forget the thumbs up. Thank y'all for hanging with us. He got in my car, and as usual, anybody get in my car, I'm always talking about gardening. I'm always talking about homesteading. I'm always talking about.
That's why that lady said you talk too much.
That's why she said I talk too much. Because I'm always talking about gardening and self-sustainability and growing food. And the guy said, you know what's missing in our food? I was like, what? He said ash.
He said what?
Ash. A-S-H, ash. And I'm like, why would I want that in my food? You know what I'm saying? He said it's part of it's minerals. What people do is they burn wood, grass, and all that type of stuff, and they sprinkle that in the soil. We don't do that anymore. But Miss Alice told me.
They do. A lot of people do. They talk about it a lot on here.
But Miss Alice says she does it. She got a fire pit right there in her backyard, and all the earthly matter that she burns, she sprinkle it over her soil.
So does it just have to be wood?
It has to be earth. Earth matters. Wood, leaves, can't be paper, can't be, you just be out there burning stuff.
So it can be leaves from the garden as well.
It can be leaves from the garden. Yep. Hey, peace. Welcome in. Blackbird says 1 tablespoon of turmeric, 1 tablespoon of honey, squeeze half of a lemon and a pinch of black pepper in an 8 ounce of hot water will take care of high blood pressure.
I drink that. I haven't had any today, but I drink that every single day.
I'm gonna have to try that.
It's the same. It's pretty much your golden milk.
Yeah.
It's the same ingredients except the lemon.
I can't drink golden milk in the daytime.
You can't drink it what?
In the daytime.
It make you sleepy.
When I made it the right way, because remember the first 2 times I didn't make it the right way. But when I made it the 3rd time, I was asleep within 15 minutes. I was like, ooh, wait, that's some good sleep. Thank you, G-Mama, for telling me about the golden milk.
But Tampa, that was the only reason why I made the decision to do marshmallows, because I wanted that biochar.
Okay.
Because I can't burn nothing here.
Okay.
Everybody, all my family is in senior facilities and apartments. Nobody, I can't go in somebody else's house and make me some biochar. So that's why I'm going to take advantage of that. And if I see anybody else building a fire, I'm going to ask them, like, are you keeping that?
My relative Miss Valley got a fireplace in her house. So when she burned her wood, she just
Yeah.
out the fireplace. Yep. The doctor told me that there was nothing he could personally do to make my health better, but suggested if I wanted to live longer, stop eating. Prep for 10-13. Oh my God. I can't with you. We must remember the difference between a doctor and a pill pusher. A doctor would perform the necessary medical tests before writing a prescription. A pill pusher will write a prescription without performing the necessary medical tests. Herbs are medicines. Yes, they are. So you have to, P said, that's how my doctor is. She said, if it works for me, keep trying it, but have the medication just in case. Right, Peace. I have a male doctor. Mackenzie's the same doctor, but he ain't pushing no pills like that. If I tell him like what y'all seen it when I went to Savannah and my ankle was all swollen up, it's because I was on amlodipine. And that was causing my ankles and legs to swell up. I took a picture of my legs and sent it to my chart and told my doctor what was going on. He said, stop taking that. And when you get back in town, come see me. Went back in town, came seeing him. And he gave me another prescription for some started with a C. And you're supposed to take it 2 times a day, but I wasn't. After that amlodipine exit, the episode of me with the foot thing in Savannah, I wasn't taking the blood pressure medicine no more. I stopped completely. I was like, you got me bumped. I ain't walking around here looking like the nutty professor. I could barely walk. So the meds I'm on, I have to take for the rest of my life. I remember life before M. I know what happened if wow. Yeah. And a lot of people is faced with that. Yeah. Not going to be able to get their medicines. The brainwashing is cray. Right, Bruce, what you said. Doctors know if you're double dipping by taking an herb with a medicine. So one must be careful. Herbs are powerful. That's why when I stopped taking that blood pressure medicine, I knew when I started taking my herbs, I wasn't taking any medicines. I wasn't putting no other pills in my only pill I put in my mouth is my allergy medicine. Because
I don't know if my doctor knows.
I know. But then I also found out that I can take some herbs that'll help with my allergy.
But I do research. Mm-hmm. Before I take an herb, I go into the drug interactions, put my medication. And matter of fact, some of them said that it keeps that medication from giving me other symptoms. So that's a win-win situation. So, but I don't just pop a herb without doing my research. It is what it is. I'm not going to just do that. So, yeah, I do take herbs. I do take life-threatening medication, but I do my research. Should I go on without you?
Oh, I was reading something. Nikki.
I know you was.
Nikki does. Dang, Nikki. Okay, I'm about to read this, baby, because this is going to take me some years to read. Nikki does something. But I appreciate it. I love me some Nikki. She is so inspirational to me. I mean, to be honest, all of you guys are inspiration, in your own ways to me. But my Renaissance, the only one I talk to every day, about 50 million times. My Renaissance. I saw one day, I said, am I getting on your nerves? She just fell out laughing. But I be wanting to know, though, am I bothering you? I be wanting you to say, girl, stop calling me this much. But my rental son don't call nobody. She don't call nobody. She don't know if I got a customer in the car, so that's one reason why she ain't gonna call me.
And you know what? I that is just not true. I do not call people on their job. And it used to amaze me when people would call me. I look down at the phone. I'm like, what's she calling me for? She know I'm at work. And I want people to say, well, you can call me. I don't call people on their jobs. That's something I don't do. Okay? I don't do it.
Right. But my job, I'm open. I can talk
No, you're not open. That's why we talk 30 times a day, because we talk 2 seconds and you got to get off. Then we talk maybe 1 minute and then you got to get off again. So,
but we can't. I just try to be respectful of not talking while my customers in the car. That's why. But
that don't take long, because next thing you know, you right at the next person's house and you going, bye, grandma.
Right. What you said, I sure do. Bye, grandma, I'll call you back. And then what be so funny, my rooms will be getting good into the conversation. And then I'll call you back. She be like, okay.
And she know I'm senile and they ain't gonna remember what the heck I was getting good into.
Nigga, I didn't try to push the button to call you. I'm sorry. Right. Some people have to take them too many variables sometimes. And sometimes you take these medicines because they done destroyed something else in your body. Now you dependent on it. Buddha said, you are your first responder. What you said, you must remember, faith without works is dead. You must be in the right position to receive your blessing.
Well, I hope I'm in the right.
What you said, because I'm waiting. What's up, sweet thumb? That's right, Tapper Chris. What you eat? Did she say?
She probably didn't mean Chris.
I was like, maybe she's trying to say, cook what you eat, pizza. Is that what you're trying to say? I eat just about everything, so I grow just about anything. What you said, I'm trying to grow everything, man. I'm trying to grow.
You know what? I grow stuff. I mean, I hear everybody saying all the time, don't grow what you don't eat. I do grow what I don't eat, because sometimes what I want to eat don't grow. And I'm open to trying something else. So if I grow a ton of squash and I don't eat squash and it comes up, guess what? I'm eating it.
Right. Sam and Joe said, when the big C was here in 2020, my husband is a #1 diabetic. We couldn't get his insulin at one point. Thank God I always stockpiled it.
Yeah.
Tampa, I downloaded a compass on my phone so I could see what direction my balcony sits. Then watch to see where the sun is mostly on the balcony. Because Angela, I could tell you for a fact that my daughter's balcony don't get no sun, not none. But it get, the light from outside, but no sun. So I'm basically gonna have to grow crops that's shade tolerant.
I told you, get one of those lights like we do indoors.
And sit it out on the balcony.
Get you some artificial light.
Okay.
And just Google which plants do well in the shade, and then take a chance with a light and put that artificial light on them. We do it all year round in this house.
Outdoors though, my Renaissance.
Baby, tell me what's the difference.
Okay. Honey, shipping containers don't cross the ocean in days. That stuff is old. What you saying?
Yeah. That's why it's rotten when it gets. Do I remember when the ones that were stuck out on the water for so long, and they finally started coming in? I did a video on it. I don't remember what I named it. Baby, I went to the store. I could not believe they had the audacity to put that food out to sale. Those produce look horrible. I said, you got to be kidding. And they think we're going to buy this? So, yeah.
Oh, people bought it. They bought it.
Baby.
I didn't buy it. I ain't been to no grocery store in over a week.
Baby, all that green vegetable was brown and yellow and wilted and wrinkled, and it was disgusting. I took pictures of it.
And said, I think kings and queens have their own garden. If I was a king or a queen, I have mine too. Jumping to hit the like button tag said. Guys, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us on tonight. Ma'am, I selected no conversation. Man. But if you enjoyed tonight's live, put some hearts in the chats. We appreciate you. Tapper Creek and more. Also, people must realize, are they in a food desert, an area of the city or town that doesn't have quality grocery stores? Emporials of a city grocery stores have. I think everybody should just do what's best for them. Whether you got a balcony, whether you got a closet, whether you got an acre or two, whatever you got, grow something. Grow your own food. Stockpile something. Get the things that you need, because not to mention anything like my situation. I was a prepper. When life happened during the C-19 and I got pneumonia and the C-19, if it wasn't for my stockpile, because I wasn't able to go anywhere, that's how sick I was. If it wasn't for my stockpile, I don't know what I would have did. Mackenzie was able to go down there, get the things that she needed to make sure she got something to eat, and she would go get cans and soups for me to put a chair up to the stove and help me get to the stove. And she would get a pot, and I would try to open up the can to put it in there. If it was not for my stockpile, I don't know how I would have survived. Disasters happen daily. They ain't necessarily mean earthquake, floods, tornadoes, hurricane. Anything can happen. Food security is a must. Medicine.
And if you stay in an apartment, and I know you really don't have the rights to no land to be doing whatever, but if you have like a tiny, and I know some patios are way tinier than mine, but say you got a buddy upstairs, downstairs, next door, be like, hey girl, let's do this. Get you some. It could be something that you've already bought to eat out of. You turn it into a pot. You say, girl, look, you grow to this and this, and I'm gonna grow this and this, and share. We got to work together. We have got to work together to get through this.
Right. I made my mind up on a decision that I'm gonna do. I didn't talk to my Renaissance about it. I just not sharing a lot of stuff that I'm doing. But food security, being self-sufficient, is my main thing. That is my main goal. I'm about to be 50 in May. Time for playing, lollygagging around, being in a box. It's over. It is over. Because hey, nay, I just don't want to be eating it. I don't know what I'm eating at the store. I barely want to buy.
It's hard. It's hard. I know it is, honey. It's hard. And I already, what you said early touched me, honey. When you said how long, I'm already in the store that long because I have to make sure it's not wheat. I have to make sure it's not gluten. I'm already checking. And I should make sure it don't have egg in it. May have milk in it. Right. I have to do this already. And now I'm trying to make sure ain't no 2 legs in it and 2 arms.
What you saying, man? It's like back in the day, I could go in there and get what I need in 30 minutes. Now it takes me over 2 hours, and I dread going to the grocery store. Till this day, I stopped buying bread from the store over a year ago. I don't buy light bread, none of that from the store, because I don't know how to pronounce the words. I'm not going to even try to hurt my brain pronouncing the word. And then if I'm standing there on the aisle with the bread in my hand, with the phone in this hand, Googling each one of these words, I don't need it.
And I mean that bioengineered is getting tinier and tinier, but it's on there. It's when you look, turn those packages around or whatever, and go all the way down to the very bottom.
Yeah,
it's tiny, but it tells you what's in it.
And not to mention, my Renaissance, some of these companies not even putting the ingredients on there.
That's correct. That's correct. And you really got to be careful when they say natural flavoring. And they know, because we do read labels, they know there are some things we refuse to eat, so they put it as natural flavoring. That way, basically, they can't say, well, we didn't, we put it on there. You right. know what? But no, you didn't put it on there so we can know exactly what it was. But you don't need to buy anything to say natural flavoring because you have no clue what it is.
Right. I remember I was like, I was at the Good Earth. Everybody know I love the Good Earth. I'm always at the Good Earth when I go to the Good Earth. And I was looking for some protein powder because that's when I was on that trend of getting the gastro sleeve. And I was looking for some protein powder. And the man at the Good Earth was like, oh, that's a good popular brand, right? But I guess he didn't realize. I guess he thought he had a food. Be honest. And I started reading the ingredients. And I seen the word on there start with E. I was like, what is this? He said, oh, that is really good. I said, okay, hold that thought. My Renaissance. What is this? And I couldn't think of the name. I kept saying ethereal.
I knew exactly what she was saying. When I said erythritol, you said yeah. I said no good.
She said it so quick. If that man could have burnt a hole through the phone and got to my Renaissance, he would have got to her. He was mad because she said, put that back. And that jar was about $45 to almost $50. He was like, I think he was hot in my Renaissance that I called her. I said, no, I don't want that. But you have to be careful because people just want to make a sale. They don't care about nothing else. So, but you got anything else you want to say about food security, my Renaissance?
No, I said what I said.
Huh? I said, Tag said she burnt her garden the other day. Were you trying to do that time? More meat and prepackaged food in higher income areas of the city. Grocery stores have more vegetables, less meat, and items to make home cooked meal. And I don't even smell the veggies when I go in the store anymore. I don't smell none of that. I make biochar and add extra ash from some veggies. Not everything in the garden wants that ash, though. It can be charcoal or wood. Okay, P said. Tell if I put the ash from my wood stove and always go back to the land. Sammy Joe, see, that's what the guy was talking to me about. Ash. I was like, okay. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, trying to get on down. We burned grass and other matter yesterday. I plan to get the ash from the bed. Okay, Tag. See, everybody know what to do. Are you saying that the taco from the cookout are good? And it just depends on what kind of taco and where that meat come from. Man. So, guys, I appreciate the amlodipine was messing with a lot of African-American people.
Mm-hmm. That and that other one. That I think it starts with an L. I can't think the name of. That's the one that swell up people's lips, African Americans' lips.
Lisinopril.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I had lisinopril. My mama told me to tell them to take me off of that, and I took off of that. I had chlorothiazole, something. My mama told me to tell them to take me off of that. My auntie told me to get the amlodipine, so I got that, and that started swelling up my ankles and my feet. And then he gave me some stuff with a C, Claro something, but I hadn't took none of that mess. I'm like, man, bump that mess. I just nope, I'm not doing it anymore. They have so many herbs that you don't have to constantly take them every day. Like the same, like hibiscus tea is good for high blood pressure. You don't have to take hibiscus tea every day. You can switch it up and take dandelion root, or you could take goldenrod. Goldenrod is good for lowering blood pressure. You know, their turmeric it helps. You know, cayenne. It's a lot of stuff you can do to regulate your blood pressure and control your sugar. Because Janema, oh my God, that's so gross. Oh, don't let me talk about the Janema. It's so gross.
But you know what? Just an FYI about carbon monoxide detectors. It just popped up in my head. I saw a story the other day, and the firemen was because they said somebody called and said they had not heard from their neighbors, and it was not like them for not to hear from their neighbors. And he was telling the story. He said, when I showed up, I already knew what the problem was. So he was telling us those carbon monoxide detectors we buy in the store, he said they are not nearly the number they should be. I wish I had taken a screenshot, because he said those ones in the store, usually he gave us a number. And so he had brought his in because he already knew what it was. And he said they did have one. So the whole family had perished. And he said it was working. The green light was on. He said, but that required you to meet a high number. He said, and by the time it met that, it didn't give them a chance. So he said that when we buy them, we need to buy it. So I'm gonna have to research it and find out myself, because we all have them just about. And we're sitting up here thinking we all good. And he was saying, no, you have to have one at that certain number, because the ones we got, you have to reach a certain number before it would alarm. He said, by the time I get to that number, you all gone. Yeah. And another thing I want to, before we go, is we have not heard from Homestead Heart in a month. And usually they'll drop a note, even if anything is going on in their life. So since we've been praying for everybody, we're going to pray for them as well, because a month is not normal for us not to hear from them. So if you pray and you praying for everybody else, throw their name in there too. And I'm done. I am my Renaissance grandma. I'm indoor going, outdoor going. I make you look good, feel good, and smell good. I have tons of video out. Check me out.
And Bougie said I could get lights outside with the timer on it. Okay, I'm gonna check into that. Because I'm gonna get me. Cece told me that Greenstock having a sale April the 11th. So I'm gonna see what sale they got, because I want to get 2 of the 5 tier. And that's gonna be dead on that. And guys, I am Pam. Tampa, grow something, stock something, survive something. What Mike said. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Grow with Nay. Hey, welcome in. I'm dropping 5 types of beans: pigeon peas, watermelon, okra. Grow with Nay said, I'm late, but I will watch the replay. I'm stocking water tablets, water bob, and looking for an IBC tote on Marketplace, gardening as well. Growing that, you not doing nothing wrong, baby. Get it. I'm trying to get down to make sure I didn't see anything else. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. My Renaissance, stay in the bushes, please.
Okay.
I will see y'all tomorrow in the food stamp line. Guys, have a good day.
Blessings, everybody.
Ooh.